Welcome to Accreditation Made Easy, the podcast that takes the stress out of accreditation. I'm your host, Areaka Jewell, and in each episode, we'll deliver actionable tips, expert insights, and practical strategies to help streamline the process, and of course, make your work life a little easier. Now, whether you're tackling policies, preparing for assessments, or just looking for ways to stay ahead, we've got you covered. Let's simplify accreditation, one step at a time. Here's the question. What do you do when a mock assessor tells you there's too much fluff in your file or too many proofs or highlights, but a formal assessor later says there isn't enough and wants to see more? What do? You don't delete anything. You don't start from scratch. You simply change the role. Let me explain. Hi, I'm Areaka Jewell, host of the Accreditation Made Easy podcast. Welcome back to another episode. Today we're diving into something that can save you time, reduce frustration, and preserve your work, even when your assessor's interpretation varies. And trust me, that happens more times than I care to admit. Okay, let's dive in and talk about changing roles in PowerDMS assessments. So imagine this. You've built out your entire file. You've got all the attachments, all the highlights, everything's labeled. Then a mock assessor says, this is too much. So you start editing it down, but wait. Now the official assessor says, actually, I'd like to see more. Does this sound familiar? Instead of deleting or redoing your work, you can simply change the role of those attachments. That's right. Change them to a role not visible to the assessors, like team member. Then later, if you want to bring them back, change the role back to accreditation manager. Here's why this is so powerful. You don't lose anything you've built, you just hide it, so to speak. For now, let's break it down. First, navigate to the root of your assessment. Then, click on the Assignments tab. If you don't already have a team member role set up, click Add New Assignment. Then, add yourself or your user group and choose Team Member from the role list and set the responsibility to participate. Lastly, you click Save. Now, head to the standard where you want to make the change. For each attachment, click the slide out menu to the right of the attachment name, and then the pencil icon to edit. You'll see a drop-down below the attachment name. This is where you will change the role from Accreditation Manager to Team Member. Don't forget to hit Save. That's it. Repeat this for all the attachments you want to temporarily hide, and if you ever want to rebuild that file later, just change the role back to Accreditation Manager. It's that simple. This tip really came in handy during a recent assessment I was on. The agency had a petty cash fund they hadn't touched in years, but they were still doing quarterly audits. So I suggested they return the money to their finance department and mark the standard not applicable. But first, I showed the accreditation manager how to preserve all her attachments using the team member role. She didn't have the team member role assigned yet, so I walked her through it. And just like that, she kept all her hard work, nothing lost, just tucked away. So the next time you're unsure whether to delete or keep something, just remember, change the role. And as always, I'll include a link in the show notes to a free download to go along with this podcast episode. And if you found this helpful, please consider sharing it with someone else who's deep in assessment work right now. Without a doubt, they will be so thankful. And speaking of thankfulness, thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in for this quickie episode. And until next time, friends, let's keep making accreditation easy one step at a time.